flow.
We got some hood rat stuff we are doing today, and we already had a New York custom exhaust, it looks like. We got Dean back on the video again. He's gonna help me do some fun things to this car today. Some racer things, yeah, exactly. I actually got pulled over, it's been like a month now, but I got pulled over for my exhaust on the PT-GT. They just used it as a reason to check me because it's a dark colored car with LEDs. But now that I got pulled over for my exhaust, now I have to straight pipe my other one so I can get pulled over some more. But we're gonna give it a shot. Apparently these sound pretty good with a straight pipe, so I'm just gonna send it and we're gonna go for it and weld in a straight pipe today. And if it's too ricer, maybe I'll find a muffler at some point. But I have a feeling it's gonna sound really good and I'm gonna like it way too much. So back in here, it already was making a little noise, and Dean noticed that the clamp actually rusted off here.
Yeah, you can see the black soot there.
Yeah, you can kind of hear
it leak.
It leaking, yeah. So I think, yeah, that's gonna at least need a clamp. But the muffler has got to go bye-bye, and I'm gonna save the tip as a surprise for the end of the video because it's going to be a little wild. It wasn't too rusty though.
Yeah, it's not even, it doesn't even have any holes in it, right?
Yeah. It's getting there a little bit.
It's gonna be a lot louder.
Yeah, yeah, I have a feeling.
That little tiny leak right there. I mean, it made it louder, but.
Should we start it up now?
Yeah, try it.
I think we need to.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're working with. Ooh. That's not actually too loud at idle. It's not bad at all.
It'll be louder with the pipe. It's gonna be echoing through the
Yeah.
pipe.
I'm scared for the rev though. It crackles? Are you kidding me?
Sounds pretty good.
It actually does. It's like,
Better than I thought.
yeah, it's like literally low tone. I wanted the crackle pop again.
Kind of sounds like GT, but without the turbo.
Yeah, no turbo to make it. Yo, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
Now I understand. Everybody's like, they actually sound pretty good just open. So I'm like, might as well just open it. Holy crap.
Wait, slow.
Yo, that fitment, that is like perfect. That is fire. I'm really curious to see how it sounds. Wait, I didn't turn the camera on, or did I have the camera on earlier when we started it? I don't remember, but it's on now. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this sounds. I'm like so excited because that actually sounded really good earlier. Oh man, this brings back memories, bro. You're gonna hear me drive down the road and be like, oh man, the garbage man's here.
Yeah, or the mailman or something.
Yeah, I hear like, it sounded,
Definitely.
it was pretty noisy in here already, but like, I hear like a little rumble on top of it.
I don't know, that's a good kind of rumble though.
Yeah. I don't think it'll drone.
Sounds good.
It's a little droney, it's not bad. I actually really like it. It's not bad.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's not too loud. It's like highway, well, not quite highway speed, but
Yeah, it's about 60. Once it's lowered, it might look a little bit more appropriate.
yeah. Yeah.
Painting cursor with gold wheels and 2 fists of wheel gap with a race pipe is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
guys, we got the PT Touring all shined up, and since it is kind of windy out and really cold out, the weather definitely took another turn for the worse. Then again, what else is new? I'm gonna go ahead and do some more revs here inside, take this thing out and hear it, share my thoughts on everything, my future plans, and I got a really funny story to tell you guys about a little encounter with law enforcement that I had that kind of inspired, not really inspired, but kind of drove this this little mod idea. So guys, the crackle and the bang and the pop, it's so loud. I can't even, it's wild. Feels so good to have this car clean for a change. The weather, the way it is, it might actually stay clean for a few days. But most importantly, guys, we got a rice pipe. I don't know how well it shows up on camera. The camera, I'm sure, isn't doing it justice. I will admit that it does sound a little bit ricey, but honestly, it sounds better than I thought it would. I expected it to be a rice pipe. That's why I was just kind of sending it. I originally assumed that a straight piped NA PT Cruiser would sound just as bad as any other 4-cylinder with a rice pipe on it or an eBay fart can muffler, but after talking to some of you guys and actually after hearing a couple clips of you guys and your NA PT Cruisers with the mufflers chopped off, I was like, you know what, maybe we'll just send it and see how it sounds and make some funny videos out of it. So that's exactly what we did, and honestly, it doesn't sound bad. The little bit of a ricey tone that it has at certain RPMs, it's made up for by the pops and the bangs and the crackles that it makes. And it's loud. This car, volume-wise, is probably, it might actually be louder than the PT GT. I would be curious to have like a decibel meter and actually test that, but as you can hear, hopefully on camera, just cruising down the highway right now, I'm cruising 55 miles an hour. It doesn't sound bad at all. I have had a chance to drive this for a couple days since the first clips of us welding it, and I got to drive it up to Rochester, New York, and make a little road trip. And on the highway, it does drone a little bit, just enough that I definitely do want to swap this out for a muffler here in the near future. So the straight pipe isn't here to stay. We are going to get this thing sounding a little bit more toned, a little bit more respectable, a little bit nicer. But for now, I am enjoying this straight pipe way too much. It sounds really cool. It's super fun to just drive around and just listen to. Honestly, it sounds really good inside the car. Outside the car, a little bit of rice. Inside the car, a little bit of nice. Probably can't hear that on camera, but I can hear it going blah, 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 a little bit. I don't know why. There's something about exhaust burbles and exhaust crackles and all that kind of stuff on D-Cell. So a little bit of a story. It's been a few weeks now, but I was on my way home from one of our kind of off-season car meets that we have. There's a big meet every single Saturday night up in Batavia, New York that we go to a lot, and we're going to do some, hopefully, big things there this year, really grow that meet. But our off-season meet, we have a little bit more local, probably even longer than that, because it was right before I parked the PT GT and stopped using it for the winter. But I was on my way home from that meet in the PT GT. I was behind somebody that was going really slow, and there was someone behind me. We were going like 40, probably 40 in a 55, accelerating. We had just turned a corner, and when we turned the corner, I saw flashing lights up ahead on the side of the road, and as we turned, they turned off, and a car drove away, and you could see there was a cop sitting there, and he had just finished pulling someone over. I didn't really think twice about it. We just kind of rumbled on by, and it was no big deal. I wasn't doing anything stupid. Listen. If I let off the gas going from first to second, and you let off a little bit between gears, it sounds and shifts just like a manual. Between first and second gear shifts, it actually, you hear exhaust crackles even then. It's pretty wild. But we rolled past the cop and continued further down, and all of a sudden his headlights come around behind us, fly up behind us. He turns his lights on, passes the car behind me, comes right in behind me, and pulls my sorry butt over. I was like, what the heck did I do? Like, I wasn't speeding, we were going slow. I'm the biggest ricer and I love it. But anyways, he pulls me over and he asked me like 4 times, like, you know, what are you doing? Where are you coming from? Nothing illegal in the car, nothing you shouldn't have in the car, no weapons, you know. He like asked me like 5 times, I swear. He saw my camera sitting over here on my passenger seat. He's like, so what's that camera? What are you doing? So I just explained, you know, I saw friends on my way home. I make YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, cool. And he grabbed my license from my registration. He goes to run me. And he started to take a step away, and I literally like opened my mouth to ask him like what the problem was, why he pulled me over. And he says, oh, by the way, I pulled you over for your exhaust. He goes back to the cop car, and I was just in the car laughing. So he comes back to my window, gives me back my papers, and he's like, oh yeah, you're fine. So I asked him, I'm like, officer, like is the exhaust really that loud in this car? Like you could hear me when I drove by? And he said, oh, I heard it just a little rumble. He's like, is it in park? Will you rev it for me? And I was like, oh my God, no, because that car makes some crazy noises when you rev it. So I revved it to like 2,500 RPM, and it went blah, 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 and crackle popped, and it was a little scary, not gonna lie, but he was like, yeah, I don't know, man. Then he went on to explain to me that it wasn't a problem, but that if I got pulled over, like my inspection was overdue, for example, or something, it could be a problem. I could end up getting a ticket and stuff like that for it, but that basically it wasn't a problem, but he had to check me because I was driving a black car with LED lights at nighttime, and therefore that made me a suspicious human being. It really sucks because of like drugs and everything, and profiling and all this stuff with that. I've gotten nailed a lot for that, and that was just another example of what guys like us have to deal with. But so basically, I got pulled over for straight piping my one car, so I went ahead and straight piped my other car because I'm such a rebel child. I really don't understand, because the PT GT is not that loud. Really, this car isn't either. Like, it's loud, but it's not that bad. I've heard cars so much louder driving down the road, and they've never had an issue. So I don't know, just a funny story to tell anyways. And I'm really enjoying this exhaust being opened up on this car. It's so fun. And the next few videos, we're gonna make this car actually look the part and not look like a grandma ricer. God, you're so slow, but you sound cool. Well, guys, go ahead and share your thoughts down below. I'm sure we're gonna get some crap for doing this, but I have a feeling a lot of you guys are gonna have some fun with it too. That's the whole point. It's just for fun. Just remember that we're not purists here. We're just enjoying cars for what they are. We're all about positive vibes here, bros. I'm honestly like it way exceeded my expectations as far as how like the look turned out. Like the way the pipe sits, the tip sits, it actually looks kind of clean. It kind of pops just nicely. It actually doesn't sound too horrible for the time being. We're just gonna have some fun with it. And like I also said, I have all the parts here for this car to make it awesome. We're gonna get rid of all of this in probably the next episode. Like I said, I already have the parts here. Everything's here. So it's all gonna take place soon, and we're gonna crank out some sick videos for you guys coming soon. I'm so excited for this project. I have been ever since we were able to buy this car. So I hope you guys enjoy. By the way, you are going to get one more video on the Flip Cruiser as well. Check out that sick camber, boys. Look at that camber though. Stay tuned for that as well. Smash the thumbs up button if you guys are enjoying this fun little series here. As much as I'm loving this little change of pace and just having fun with this car, it's really been refreshing. So badly missed this car, and we are going to be working on that. We're going to start the big moves, big plays with that very soon as well. So as always, guys, be sure to stay tuned, and thank you guys so much for supporting, for making all this possible for me. Again, guys, thank you so incredibly much. I love you all. God bless, and I will see you